What up, everybody? It's your boy Mike. We back again. This is the first episode. We got Mike's Closet TV. I got my special guest, Big B, in the building, all the way from New Orleans. We're gonna have a conversation today. Just, a lot of things have been going on, and just just trending topics, but also want to have a deeper conversation with me, and you can just build this platform and get on it together, and just people can get a chance to get introduced to you. They're not gonna get introduced to me, but it's all about you today. How you doing?
I'm feeling good, man. I appreciate you having me here, dog. This is something that we've been talking about for a while.
For a minute.
We finally here.
Finally here. It's
finally here, bro. I'm excited. I'm excited.
That's good. We're going to start off. We're going to get into like your whole backstory, but the first thing we got to start off that just happened yesterday. Now, I don't know if you be on Twitter a lot, because I don't even follow you on Twitter, so I don't think you got a Twitter. Like,
it's real low key.
It's okay? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you probably seen it, even if you didn't see it on Twitter, you probably saw it on Instagram, but apparently Megan Thee Stallion announced that, Klay Thompson has been cheating on her.
Yeah.
Now, when this whole thing came out, I wasn't really I wouldn't say, well, cheating is not acceptable. It's not okay. Right. But I wasn't shocked that it was like a breakup and then she run straight to like social media. What's your take on like that whole thing with the cheating thing, but then also just running straight to social media with it on an Instagram story?
Honestly, my opinion when it comes to situations is like that. I don't really have a strong opinion because I don't really dibble and dabble into what other people be having going on. But I mean, it is something that's obviously going around. So when I did see it, it's like, it's always unfortunate. I think Meg is definitely a good artist. Right. We only know her on that side. I appreciate her artistry, like everything that she does. So I'm always rooting for her,
right, like the music.
And then we got like similar things that when I did watch one of her documentaries, I did get a little glimpse of her personal life. But not to go off subject, when it comes to cheating, not cool at all. Running the social media, I'm a private person. Again,
right, very.
I just feel like that's not cool. That's opening up the doors for too many voices.
Facts.
So you can't even really navigate through it with a little bit more grace than you would if you didn't run to the media,
And that's what I was thinking as well, because like that was the first thing I saw. I'm like, there's really no like comeback from that.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, it's like once, especially with like Megan, like you're a public figure.
Yeah.
You already got this image that you got this body.
Yeah.
So especially if you say you single, you dudes just gonna be like, I'm talking about own it.
Hat.
Off the rip. So like that goes into my thing. Like, do you feel like you could take somebody back after cheating? Like
after cheating?
After cheating.
I mean, honestly, I have. So yeah, I think you can. You know what I'm saying? I think people grow if that's what they want to do.
Right.
And we gotta also give people room to like outgrow some shit that they have to outgrow. We all on a different journey. You feel what I'm saying? So we experiencing different things to become the people that we truly are. So you got to filter some of those things. You got to allow shit to run its own course at times. So like, I think, it depends on the situation and the people that's in that relationship. But yeah, I think you could take somebody back after they cheated for sure.
I feel you on that, because that was always like the big dilemma, I guess. Because even like say personal life or even this one, it made me think, I'm like, damn, like once you go to social media, you really can't come back. But also the thing of like taking somebody back after they cheat.
Yeah.
I felt like that's also a two-way street, like you were saying. Like the first person has to be willing to do that work.
Yeah, for sure.
To prove to the person like, I ain't on that no more. You know, even explain your reasoning behind it. But at the same time, the partner got to be willing to either let go of what didn't happen or be willing to try to work through the whole thing.
For sure.
At the end of the day.
For sure. Like it definitely can't be one-sided. Like I can't be over here like, damn, I know I messed up and I'm going to work on that and I'm trying to get it. And then you like, okay, I forgive you, but you still dragging and you still pouring on that bad seed. You feel what I'm saying? So definitely it got to be equal. Y'all got to be equally yoked in a situation.
You got to actually, like, what's the word? Be compatible. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're not, it's really not going to work.
Yeah.
At the end of it. And then it's like, it ties into like other things. Because when I saw that, another thing that I saw as well, because I'll just be scrolling. I'm into the content thing, so I'll be trying to stay up to date with everything.
Yeah, I feel that.
We finna get into like a few different things, and like I said, we're gonna get into the backstory. Another thing that was going on was like the whole thing with Gucci. Me and you were in Atlanta right now.
Yeah,
like, we living in Atlanta. We getting to actually see like the firsthand experience, or even just the talks of people talking about, all right, Pusha robbed Gucci Man, right?
Yeah.
Robbed him, signed me on my contract. I'm not agreeing with this deal.
Yeah.
You robbed the people around him. Now, this is a question. You can take it. Well, answer. Let me slow down. From both perspectives. I want your perspective as well, but then also what's like the best thing for Gucci to do as well? Like, do you think it's considered him snitching if he does, let the police know exactly what happened, because legally that's a contract that's under distress. What's the word? Under distress.
Yeah.
Do you feel like Gucci Mane is cheap? I mean, I see now.
Hold
on now, my bad, y'all. Do you feel like Gucci? He better not be. Listen, but Gucci, do you think that Gucci is a snitch, or do you think Gucci is a snitch?
I mean, it's multiple ways you could look at it. I know like a lot of people go by like street code. Mm-hmm. And so when it comes to the streets, there's people that saying like, nah, that ain't cool. Snitching, like you're playing a bad hand.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? But when we talking about business, we talking about maturity, I should say.
Maturity.
You know what I'm saying? When we talking about things, and we talking about building legacies and empires and building a business, then like all that street shit go out the window.
Facts.
You feel what I'm saying? Like we grown. We got to handle business the way that it need to be handled. So it's like, you could be a hood nigga, you'll be a street nigga, but there's still a playbook of how to be successful.
Facts.
And you can't be so loyal to the streets that you fucking up your hand, you fucking up your family, you tarnishing your image, you know what I'm saying? So I think that you just got to make the best decision for you and your family and for what you building.
Facts. So
that's just how I feel.
So is Gucci Mane a snitch for what he did?
I don't really got no opinion on that.
No opinion on that.
I really don't because I see both sides. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of, if we talking about from a business perspective, then no. If we talking about from the streets and he's still trying to be in the streets and he care about the streets, then yeah, because you got to pick a side of what you leaning towards. So if he picking the street side, then yeah, you snitching. Mm-hmm. But if you picking we building legacies, we building up acres over here. It is what it is.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
It
ain't what it ain't. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is. You just got to pick whatever side you're going to play for and play for at full speed.
Right. And I was thinking that because I'm like, I don't think he's snitching, personally.
Yeah.
I'm on the business side. You already know how I feel about that. Once you get to a certain age, I don't care about none of that.
None of it.
Bro, and then it's like, y'all stole this man the ring, the jewelry, everything. And then it's like, his wife is his caretaker because, he deal with mental disabilities.
Okay.
And if my wife tell me, listen, they took your ring, our wedding ring.
Damn.
You better go get that.
Yeah.
I'm not in the streets no more.
Yeah.
And I'm not finna lose no $1 million nigga. Gucci, Pusha, what? Contract probably worth $20 million, if whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
I'm not letting you sign because I want to be on this street code, that I want to be gangster and have this image to people in the streets that probably don't got no money talking this stuff about me.
Yeah.
Like, no, I'm finna go to legal right and we're gonna get this whole contract just wiped out because that ain't the way it's gonna go. Yeah, because
at this point, like, I can't even be in business with you. You effing up the business. you know what I'm saying? Like, and at the end of the day, like, you can't have certain people around you if they tarnishing the brand, if they, bringing down the value of what you're building. Right. You just, regardless of the history, when the chemistry ain't there, the history don't matter.
Like, we gotta go.
You know what I'm saying? So that's really just what it come down to, yeah.
Yeah, and he let go a lot of artists too, because I feel like that ain't really his like lane as far as like trying to be like a music executive. No offense, Gucci. I ain't saying that you can't like do your job, but I'm just saying pretty much more so like, clearly if you can't even like determine, all right, because he let go pretty much clean house. That was before, because I don't know if you know, he Pusha T's cousin, Big Scar.
Okay, yeah.
So he was also a member of 1017, Gucci let go. So that was the whole reason the saying even started. Like, Pusha T felt some way about the whole personal dispute about that. But it's like, when Big Scar died, the whole family expected Gucci Mane to be paying for everything. Yeah. So that was like a part of the disloyalty. Like, they felt like he was disloyal. They felt like, all right, he wasn't really standing for nothing at the end of the day. So it was like, how can y'all feel some type of way? But really, what I'm tying that into, that part about the loyalty thing, about, Gucci, they feel like he wasn't really loyal to Big Scar, anybody in this member in this camp. You got your clothing brand.
Yeah. So man. Stand on loyalty. Some people know it as SOL because it's SOL as the acronym. But yeah, man, stand on loyalty. It's been a brand that I've been working on for a while now, a couple years. Really, I would say this brand, man, it's taught me so much about myself. Right. It's helped me be patient. It helped me come full circle about who I am. You know what I'm saying? And so it's an overall lifestyle brand, and it's about the philosophy of becoming who you truly are, getting out your own way.
Okay.
You know, and just living a life where you're no longer afraid of who you are. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, man.
Is it just you or is it multiple people like this?
So it's only me. It's only me. I do everything.
Right.
Top to bottom, in-house, everything. When it comes to the photography, depending on how detailed I want to be, I do have friends that are photographers. So like I try to keep everything in-house when I do it, or I do it myself, yeah.
Has it get stressful sometimes doing that?
For sure. Yeah. For sure, man. Like right now I had to take some time to really like discover my identity with it and just make sure I'm building something that I don't have to come back 10 years later and say, damn, I hate this.
Right.
And I have to maintain this because now this is what's successful. So I'm just building something that's true to who I am, something that I can stand behind and that I can be patient with as I'm building it, no matter how long it takes. You know, if it take us 10 years, then fuck it. It is what it is because I'm building something that I believe in now and not trying to chase a hype or a deal or, nothing like that. So, yeah, man. So, I'm really proud of this. I'm really proud of SOL, bro. So, yeah. Is
this SOL, is this something that you would want to have in multiple, like, stores, franchises, or is this something that you want to have? Because you mentioned in-house earlier.
Yeah.
Is this something that you would want to have? What do they call, I guess, like stores, or pretty much like a, just like a storefront, just pretty much by itself.
So I think it's definitely gonna be a brand that I keep full ownership of. I want to be able to control the narrative of where it's placed, unless I'm able to partner with people that understand the vision that I have for it. But it's a very intimate brand. It's not something again that everybody can understand. It's simple. I feel like we need to live a more simplistic life. Yeah. You know, we overcomplicate things. And so the brand is really it's a versatile brand. So anything that you wear from the brand, all of the pieces are versatile. You can wear it if you're going out. You can wear it to go chill. Right. You get, and you can just switch it up. And it allows you to be yourself and express yourself without some heavy ass branding telling you who you are and having all these statements. Like you become the statement.
Facts.
So yeah, man.
Have you ever thought about brand ambassadors? You know what I'm saying? I could
yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. Definitely, man. That's why I'm very careful these days of what, who I allow myself to work with, who I partner with. Because again, it's just like values, bro. I got to have the same values as the people that I'm building with. Right. So, yeah.
What got you to this point? Like I'm not gonna act like I don't know you. Like,
okay.
me and you, we've known each other for years now.
Yeah,
we first started working the same job together.
Yeah.
You ventured off and doing entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
You left the company. I'm still at the company, so you're gonna have to give me and other people some advice on what is that mindset like, and also just like what goes into somebody that wants to just jump off the porch and say, all right, I'm gonna chase my dream and just focus on how I can improve what I'm trying to do outside of focusing on building somebody else's dream.
I think. For one, what we got to recognize is that, like, everybody is not meant to be an entrepreneur. I know that's cliche, but it is the truth. So many people want this path, but you have to be organic in your discipline to take on everything that comes with that. When we were working together, for me, being at a 9-to-5, dog, it stressed me out, like, mentally. Nobody knew that. Right. Like, I literally was telling my girl, I'm like, man, I need to go to therapy or something. Like that shit have you drinking, smoking, and it's just like some shit that got me being outside of my character isn't for me. Right. No matter how much money I'm making. And like you said, we work together. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've always been one of the top producers on our team, if not the number one. You know what I'm saying? And so for me, it was like, working that made me realize how much I value my peace of mind over $1. Facts. And like, I really value money. That's not to say I don't. I need that too now. Yeah. But at the same time, it's like, I can't develop and produce and build and pour into what I really care about if I'm not in the right mental space. You become stagnant, you know what I'm saying? And then you start building out of survival mode because you know what I'm saying? So you start building from shit that's not even true to you. Right. So for me, I think that anybody that want to like, let me back up. What was the actual question? No, just like advice or just like, what was it like jumping off the porch going from, man, it's scary. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't know, but it's like you betting on yourself. And it's like, I'd rather me fail doing shit my way than me fail living somebody else's dream or building somebody else's dream. That's what it really came down to. Yeah, so I'd rather say fucking and be like, I'd rather go hungry trying to make it the way that I truly believe is my path versus being full and being miserable. So, yeah.
That's a fact. Because, I mean, that was one thing. Like, you even mentioned yourself. You were a top performer on our team.
Yeah.
I mean, we was on the same exact team. So, I knew what you was walking away from. So, I'm like, hold on. What you mean you quit? And it was just like you said, like, I'm just not in a place mentally to be here. Because I feel what you're saying. Like, there to be times I'm there doing my thing and then get to the point where you shut down where it's like, you literally can blank out and there zone out. And then it's like whole time you be like, I do not want to come here. And it can literally drain you. It's like something in your heart. Like you feel like you doing the wrong thing even being there.
Bruh. And then you know what's even worse is when I would take off from work and my mind would be like, this is wrong. I'm taking off. I'm supposed to be at work. I'm panicking, bro. And it's like, even when I'm on vacation, now I got PTO and I'm on vacation, I'm doing this like, damn, like I'm supposed, like your nervous system really like,
do I got points?
Panicking, like I'm gonna get a point for this, or like even those situations where like nobody even know, like, though I had to get documentation because I'm like, bro, I need extra days. So I'm like going to my doctor, like, bro, I need you to sign these papers and let these people know I need an extra day. Whatever test we got to do, we got to figure out something wrong with me so we can get approved. I can. But I got to go through all of that just to get the appropriate time for myself, my family, and what I really want to build. It's like, yeah, I can come here and get a check, and the checks are nice, but at the same time, it's like, it's hard too when you got other people around you and they okay in those environments. So it's like, damn, I'm sitting here like, is something wrong with me? Because I'm making all the money, but these niggas, they happy. They're not even making as much money as me.
And they happy.
And they cool. And it's like, at the end of the day, that might work for somebody else, but that just don't work for me.
Especially if you know it don't align with you.
If you know it don't align, bro, you got to choose what chooses you. And that wasn't choosing me. You feel what I'm saying? So, yeah.
So what it's like, I know you gave your reason, but what's one thing of advice, or even if you could take a couple things, to somebody telling you, not me, let's say if it's somebody else, I'd be like, I'm having these thoughts, like I want to pursue entrepreneurship, I know this job ain't for me. Because a lot of people wasn't working at places like me and you was working.
Right.
So they probably not walking away from a lot, you know what I'm saying? They probably have a chance to. What's your advice that you would give somebody? Would you tell them to read different things or to have the right mindset? Like even if it was just quick text, how would you give somebody some advice on that?
Man, if you really, for one, you have to know what's for you. I think if something keeps coming back to you, like for me, even though I'm pursuing fashion, I have SOL, my real strength is words. So I just finished writing my first book last week. And we'll talk about that, but like, that was something that was calling me for years. I always say, I want to write a book. I never did it. But within the last 2 years, it took me 2 years to write this book. And it's something that's just been calling me. And so I feel like when you know something is for you, it's going to keep calling you. Even when you trying to finesse and scheme and jig and finesse over here trying to make something work. You feel what I'm saying? But that just don't really work. Even if it works a little bit, like I said, I was number one on this team. I'm successful in this company, but that's not really fulfilling me because it's not supposed to. It was never the thing that I was supposed to be doing. And I wasn't supposed to get distracted by anything else either. And it's like, you got to go through certain experiences, and your experiences are going to let you know which direction that you need to go. And I think that if you follow your truest desires are your compass.
That's good.
Yeah.
See, that what you just said would actually make me like think about before I just jump off the porch. Like,
yeah, because you got to make sure that you're not jumping off the porch because you see me doing it.
Yeah, and just jump off the nut.
Because like what do I do? This shit might work for me because I'm following the rhythm that's for me. You feel what I'm saying? But that might not work for you. Like, just like this podcast, right? There was a time when before you started, I was like, Mike, I want me and you to sit down and I want to have like this real raw conversation. But then I had to realize, like, I don't give a fuck to be behind it. Like, I don't I don't care to do all of this. I just want to show up and be here. And like that, and this worked out because then that other part became your role. But if I would have kept trying to operate in your role, then I would have been stressed out. I probably never would have got this far. If I would have got this far, I would have became successful, and I would have been like, I hate this part.
Like, I don't even want to be doing this.
I don't want to be doing this. And you got to be careful not to become successful in shit that you're not really caring about. You know what I'm saying? Because that's like a trap. There's a lot of niggas that's successful and miserable. There's a lot of people that have everything that they wanted just to realize that's not what they wanted. It's a heavy burden now. You feel what I'm saying? So like your load is going to always be lighter because it's yours and you built for that.
Right.
So like I can take whatever struggles come with showing up here. You can take whatever struggles it takes to do this because this is what you enjoy. Right. You feel what I'm saying? It's easy to carry the struggles that are yours.
Right.
So yeah.
No, that was a good one. Because I wish I would have heard that years ago.
Yeah.
Because there's been so many times I tried to do the thing where I jump off and just try to do entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
And I'm running back to my job because I really didn't have a plan. I wasn't really like prepared.
You just had a feeling.
Just had a feeling like I don't belong here.
Yeah.
And that goes into what you said about the purpose. Like at one point, I was doing like shoe restoration, sneaker restoration, right? So that's when I first jumped off the porch, started doing that. Yeah. And then it get to the point where, all right, I'm quitting, I'm making money, but I'm not happy doing this. Yeah. Like, I do not feel like I'm being fulfilled. Like, I got a room full of dirty shoes and shit. Yeah. And like you said, now doing this, I feel like I'm in a groove now. Like, I'd be excited to go home and make a quick video. Yeah. Even when we was waiting here, I was geeked. I'm like, oh, like, we here now. And this is the first episode. Yeah. So, like,
I've even seen you at work, like, cut off into one of the little small rooms. And I'll walk in there and you edit it. And I'm like, bro, this nigga love this.
I'm locked
But, like,
in.
that's so dope to see that. And that's why I always tell you, like, however I can support you, however I can show up for you. Right. I know this for you. This is your thing. So it's like, I can get behind that. When you pursuing something that's yours, bro, like people feel good supporting that because they like this dude lane.
Like
you know
I
what I'm
seen it from
saying?
the beginning.
Yeah. So yeah, bro, I'm proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I want to talk about this book that you said you got as well.
Yeah.
I know we're gonna get into that, but I do want to bring up a book that you actually referred to me to read.
Okay.
And that's something I've really like been living by. And it might not seem like a big book to you or a big deal. It was the 4 agreements.
Yes.
I always talk about that because I learned like just one thing. There's multiple agreements in there, but the one that always stuck out to me was the don't take things personal, right? Yeah. And I feel like reading it, you can take it from like different ways, and then you can take it, you can hear both things from it. So what I got from it, the first thing was like, don't take things personal. People might say or do to you. But then it made me started being able to move how I want to move and do what I want to do because I'm not making a decision based on what this person may feel or what else happens around me. If I make the decision to walk outside and do whatever I want to do, it's because I felt that. Yeah. So it made me feel better. So that's the only reason I brought the book, because I learned something from that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
No, that's so dope. That's so dope, man. I think the 4 agreements, anybody and everybody should read that book. Yeah. Like no matter what lane or where you at in life, I think those are 4 principles that you can carry throughout your life. Facts. Wherever you at, for real, for real. So that's like some timeless wisdom for sure.
So your book.
Yeah.
You told me the title. You want to let the title?
Man. Let's do it. So the title of the book is There's Nothing to Prove. Right? And it's a book about no longer being afraid of who you are, walking in your natural wiring. You know what I'm saying? So many times, like, again, like what we talked about earlier, people go through all these different experiences, and you become traumatized. You have all of these wounds that you have to heal from. You have all these fears, and we start creating an image based on all of those things and expectations of other people and all kind of different things, right? So for me, what I would say is, with this book, I didn't really try to tell you how to correct your life, how to fix your life. I took this opportunity to be as vulnerable and honest as I could be about my own experience. Okay. There's some shit in there that I was like, damn, am I really about to say this out loud? And like share it with the world. But at one point I felt ashamed about a lot of things that's in my book. But today I don't. Right. Because I realized like my experience is not just for me alone. Is meant for me to share to make somebody else's journey a little bit lighter. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that I have all the answers. In the book, I'm very blunt about like I'm still working through a lot of this shit, but it's wisdom that I'm gaining. Right. And it's, you got to unlearn a lot of shit to learn the right things. So yeah, man. Yeah,
and that's good you're doing it, because you throw off your purpose not having given the word. If you don't ever try to spread the shit that you know, you really mess up your purpose as a human. I feel like you don't teaching people these certain things. It's
interesting. You talk about purpose. In the book, I kind of talk about it as well. And I tell people, or I mention, I should say, in the book that purpose, we all have the same purpose. Right. This is going to sound crazy to a lot of people because so many gurus are telling us, like, find your why, find your purpose. As like, they make it such a like scary thing to go and find. And if you can't find it, then it's like you worthless. You don't have nothing to live for. But like every single person has a purpose, and we all have the same purpose. I believe, at least. And that purpose is to just find your natural rhythm. Right. Who are you? Everybody's purpose is to become their full self. Right. And then, is expressed differently. You do it through a podcast. I do it through writing a book.
Right.
It's expressed differently, but it's the same purpose. So I think that's something that people have to simplify as well. All of these things and all of these people that we listen to and we get inspired by, and they're trying to tell you how to live your life. Nobody got none of this shit figured out, even if you have the wisdom. Mm-hmm. You feel what I'm saying? Because we so domesticated, bro, and it's so hard to unlearn a lot of shit we've been domesticated into. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, man.
So do you feel like you're gonna do like ebook and the hard copy, or are you gonna go hard copy, just hard copy first?
I think for me, I want to go full hard copy, simply because I feel it's very important to be able to touch something.
Facts.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like me, I'm not a digital person, and this might be selfish, but like sometimes it calls for you to be selfish in certain situations. I feel like this is how I know books have connected to me, or I've been connected to books in this way. Eventually, the ebooks will come along, but it's not going to be the first thought. Right. The physical, I want to get in your space and let you in my space. I want us to share space. So that's why I want to do the physical first.
That make more sense too, because it's like you get to actually, like you said, have it in your damn,
like I'm in your world, you in my world.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? And now like we having a conversation with this book versus you coming to this book looking for answers. It's really going to be a mirror. It's more of a mirror. It's not no manual, no formulas. I don't know how to get rich tomorrow. I don't know how to solve all my problems tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? We just have to be consistent in the wisdom that we do know works. So
is it written from like you telling your stories and then you give like what you learned from that incident?
Yeah.
Type thing?
Yeah. Okay. So it's more so of like, again, I'm kind of just like exposing myself because I don't know no other way to write.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I only know how to write based on my experience. I only know how to have a conversation and give my opinion and share my perspective because that's all I have.
Right.
I pride myself on trying not to adopt anybody else's perspective or act like I'm engaging in anything else that other people are engaging in just because that's hot. You know what I'm saying? I'm really working on being the best that I can be as being myself. And that's something that the 4 Agreements talk about. One of the principles is like always try your best or always be your best, something like that. Thanks. So I always try to like do my best. That's what it is. So I always try to do my best. And my best is just like coming back to me in whatever way that is.
What is your favorite book?
My favorite book is The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck.
I've seen people talk about it. I never got a chance to check it out.
I think that's probably... That and the 4 Agreements, they like sit side by side for me. It's nasty work because he
kind of hear it. Like,
he
same author or something?
No, it's 2 different authors. 4 Agreements is Don Miguel Ruiz, and then the Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck, that's Mark Manson.
That's how you know you read. You know
author's name and shit. I'm like, nigga, what? Right. Like I'm talking like I know these. Like
no, it's a good thing. No, that shows that you actually are putting in the work.
Man, I don't read it just to read the words. I try to let the words read me. You feel what I'm saying? I try to see like, damn, like how did this apply to my life? You feel what I'm saying? Because I always try to improve, but like not in like a toxic way, because that can be a setup as well. But yeah.
You talk about like any losses or losing things in the book?
Of course. So one of the things I talk about in there when I talk about grief. Because I've lost both of my parents and I've lost a cousin that was like a brother. So yeah, man, it gets real deep. That's why I say I talk about a lot of things in there that I just couldn't believe I was saying to strangers in a sense. You feel what I'm saying? But it felt so right to do.
Yeah, it's good to be vulnerable because you get a chance to actually give people a side of you that they haven't seen, or a side that you probably haven't even seen of yourself in a while.
Yeah,
get
man.
to expose it, and then people get to learn from that. You know what I'm saying? That whole thing that you went through.
Yeah.
That goes into, because I asked that because like my brand, Mike's Closet TV, but Mike's Closet is also a clothing brand where I try to sell hats, shirts, things like that. Got my hair right here. Resilience. That's really one of the backbones of my brand.
Exactly.
And when I ask about resilience, when it comes to you, losing things, starting over, like you're from New Orleans, you moved to different cities. What is it like having to, even if you didn't lose everything, but having to start over or start fresh from what you were like previously used to? Do you have any advice, or just like, because I've had to do the same thing, but I want to know from your perspective, like what's the advice or something that you can give to somebody that's just want to venture out on their own and just live life on their own for the first time?
I think that when it comes to starting over, let me answer that first. Like when it comes to starting over, Man, it's definitely a hard thing to do. No matter the situation, like with people from New Orleans, we had to start over when we went through Katrina.
Right.
You know, like with me and my family, we stayed. So that water y'all seen and all of that stuff, like we had to float out on an air mattress just to get out of the apartment complex.
That's insane.
And then we had to walk, which is usually like a 15-minute drive. We had to walk. So that's probably damn near 45 minutes to an hour walk from New Orleans East to the convention center and Superdome downtown. Right. So, you know, and then living in these different hotels, being separated from other parts of the family, it's just like whenever something you're used to is disrupted, it's always uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? And like, I think just the experiences I've had with Katrina, losing my parents, I did learn that life just continues to go on. You know what I'm saying? Like whether you stop and you sit here and you drowning in your sorrows, or if you make the decision and say like, this shit hurt today, but like there's still energy in my cup. There's still something I gotta do.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? It's like I just always been this person. I think it just gotta be in you too. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't just say I'm jumping off the porch. Like I know so many dudes that just upped and left and went to California. It's like
what are you
but
doing?
these dudes is pillar to pole, sleeping on couches, this and that. And it's like, I don't want to move like that if I got to start over. So for me, I tried,
That's part of like what you, my bad. That's part of what you said, like jumping off with no purpose.
Yeah, like you got to know, like you can't just be following the next man. You can't be following nobody else's dreams for you. You got to be following what's for you. Because when you do shit that's in alignment with what's for you, then it's always going to work, even if it's hard along the way. You feel what I'm saying? That's why I say you'll be able to carry whatever come with your shit. You can't, it's hard to carry. I can't carry Mike's weight.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? And Mike can't carry mine. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not talking about physical. You feel what I'm saying? So I think that when you just trying to jump off the porch, man, it's cool to be feeling that hype of like, yeah, I can do this. Yeah, it feels good. But like when all of that shit calm down, then what?
Right.
Do you still feel like that? Even when your excitement ain't high, do you feel like, damn, I could still do this?
Right.
Like, I still got this shit in the bag. Because, like, if I'm saying, I'm about to go move to Miami tomorrow, it's like, bitch, you think about all the exciting things. You're not placing yourself, you're not setting yourself up for success.
Like, what I'm going to do once I get there.
Yeah, so, like, not saying you got to have a perfect plan, but you have to have a plan that shit is going to work out for you. It one way or another. You feel what I'm saying? Like, when I moved to Atlanta with $700.
Oh, damn.
I didn't have a job out here yet, I was like, I applied. So I was back and forth out here with the job. I got the job, but I moved out here like 2-3 months before the job started. No apartment, no nothing. You feel what I'm saying? I thought I had a plan. That didn't work. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
And then other things started happening that I didn't plan for. And it just worked out, and I'm here 6 years later.
That's a blessing.
You feel what I'm saying? So, yeah, man.
That's good. And then do you feel like, hold on, bro. So just like when you was talking about the people that moved to like California and all these different places, outside of like Atlanta, do you see yourself going anywhere else? Yeah,
man. Like I think for me, like I said, I've been here. This year makes 6 years, and I think that it served its purpose and is running its course.
Right.
For me, I do want to. I just went to Phoenix.
Yeah, you sure did.
I just went to Phoenix, but that was last week or so. Man, and it was a perfect middle ground of like Miami, Cali, and some other shit. It just made sense.
Right.
Like it wasn't too hot. It had a perfect breeze. It wasn't, everything wasn't on top of each other. It was so much space. I was able to see, like, I felt like I was able to see out there.
In Arizona?
Yeah, like, man, like seeing the mountains, being able to look way far out there. Like,
and stuff. Just
being able to see all these different buildings, these houses, the people, like, the people were nice there. Like, it was just like, damn, like, this different. You know what I'm saying? Not saying I would move there, but I think that was a new place that I discovered that it is movable.
Yeah, my
like I can move there, but I ain't saying I want to. Yeah.
Was you in Phoenix or Mesa? Or
I was in Phoenix.
Okay, Phoenix.
Yeah, I was in Phoenix.
I've never been to Arizona. Most I had was like a layover there.
Yeah,
I gotta check it out.
Definitely. Did the ATVs, all kind of
That's
stuff.
some other shit. I mentioned that to JP. He said that's like normal. I thought it was a big deal, like ATVs, but he said like in country. I'm like, bro, I ain't never did that in my life.
The things that the mountains we were on, it was the mountain trail that leads to Mexico. And it was the highest mountain. I think he said it was one of the highest mountains in the United States.
Was you nervous?
Nigga, I was praying. Like those moments, if you didn't believe in Jesus, or you was gonna believe in somebody, bro. I was going down. I'm like, please.
Like, please, Lord.
But then at the same time, I'm like, I gotta enjoy this shit.
Had to tighten up on it.
Real talk, man. Real talk.
Do you feel like because I meant to ask this when you were talking about the Katrina and things that you know you've been through. Do you feel like, well, not even fit, how was that experience as far as like, was that, do you think at the time when it was happening that you knew that you were experiencing like a traumatic experience, or was it like you don't realize how traumatic that was until you get older and be like, bro, we really was seeing dead bodies and walking through? Like, is that one of them type of realizations later?
Dang, that's a good question. I think as I've gotten older, I was able to like reflect and be like, damn, I don't remember how old I was, but I know I was in the 5th grade.
Yeah, so
however
like
old you
10
are.
10 or 9 maybe.
Something like that. Yeah, like 10, 11, something like that. And I'm like, I knew it was weird because at some point I was waking up next to dead bodies.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And then at some point they kicked us out of the convention center and everybody was outside of the convention center and kids were coming up missing.
Damn.
And it would be pitch black, no lights, but you on the street, buku people, but it's pitch black, and all you hear is screams, like the scariest screams you can hear, like on some movie shit.
That sounds like a movie, man.
And it's like, it's probably one light like this, Mike, but the street is so long
because all the power out and shit.
Everything is out, and so it's like, whoa. Like I knew, but I didn't know until I got older, and I'm like, damn, bro, like we went through all of that. You know what I'm saying? And it definitely has an effect on a lot of people. I think we still just struggle with how to express that. Right. You know, so yeah.
Do you think that like kind of like molded your personality more so where you like, I wouldn't say you were standoffish with me, because me and you clicked when we first met. Yeah. But like, do you feel like that made you more reserved a lot, or just like cautious?
I don't think that experience itself made me as reserved as I am. I think that when I went to different states and I went to, because I came here, right. I went to New York and I went to Tennessee, and it was just how people treated us or treated me. I'm gonna say in my experience how I felt like I was kind of like giving a cold shoulder, and it's like, bro, you don't even know, like,
you don't even know me.
I'm really cool. Right. Like I ain't even on no weird shit. But I think when you start feeling kind of rejected and abandoned, and then when you finally start to kind of like grow in your value and you start to see who you are and you start accepting things, it's a weird transition with growth, because you have this arrogance phase where when you're growing, you like, them niggas was shitting on me this whole time. I'm really that nigga. But it's like, you have that, you start to see your value, but then you have to outgrow the arrogance of it. You feel what I'm saying? And so as I started outgrowing, it's like, damn, like, you know, I'm cool. I started accepting that I'm alone now. I started accepting, like, I don't really care to talk to a lot of people. I don't really, like, I was trying to make friends then, but that kind of helped me realize this is just how I am too. Like, I don't need to have friends. My friends they gonna naturally come. Right. And I feel like that with anything, like whatever is mine, it naturally comes as long as I'm setting myself up to receive it.
Thanks.
So yeah.
You giving some real games today. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, Mike.
Would you see yourself doing anything outside of, let's say if the world just started over today, you still you, and then you just had the opportunity to do anything outside of clothing, outside of outside of clothing. What's something else you would venture, like food or anything?
That's so funny. I was just having this conversation on the way here. Like, there's so much that I want to do in life, bro. But I think that, like, what we doing today, having these conversations, I'm going to always come back to that. Right. I think any and everything that I do going to always come back to me being able to have these conversations and be able to write it down in a book. And because this is, like, the core of, like, this sits in my heart.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
Conversating.
Yeah, like this, been able to have like an intimate conversation.
Right.
Like that's so important to me. Because I feel like it's a safe space. You know, I'm very I try to be good when it comes to judging people because like I do have a hard time with just letting any and everybody in my space.
Right.
You know, because I just feel like I can't allow
I mean, you
pollution.
shouldn't, though.
You know
like,
what I'm saying?
You
like,
shouldn't.
Yeah, like I just think I think what I think. Yeah.
Because everybody not worth your time at the end of the day.
Exactly.
Because you can waste so much time, like especially when you just like you said, you move into different cities, you get to interact with different people, but everybody don't got the good intentions like you saying you might have.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
And like I'm not saying that I'm a perfect person whatsoever. Like, you know, I have my moments where I'm not at my best, you know? So, like, I'm not saying I just write people off, you know, because I just might have met you in a bad season.
Right.
Walked in on the wrong chapter, you know what I'm saying?
Ain't no beef or nothing.
So, it ain't never personal, you know? But I see drama and I stay away from it.
Right.
No matter if everybody love you and I see something that's just off-putting for me, it's just like, you know, I'm going to cool out. And if you speak, hey, you know, that's how I was at work. Real talk, you know what I'm saying? Like, true. Hi and bye, bro.
I used to kind of bother you just to get you to talk more. I was like, what's up, V? To get loud.
Man, it's just like, and I'd be like, God.
Would everybody be in the building, y'all?
I know, I used to be like, oh, Mike, why you making all this?
Everybody be here, y'all.
God damn. Nah, it was always like, B, I ain't even know you was here. It's
no,
like,
seriously. You be in the back like, bro, like, I'm leaving
I'm just
now.
trying to get my money and go home. I don't want no extra, nothing.
No, fact. Every times I was leaving, like, I'm leaving, clocking out work, I'm going to say, what's up to Bryce? What the fuck?
Yeah, you been here the whole time.
The whole time.
Yeah, bro.
They switched your seat around because you know you was turned around facing just outside.
Man,
You the only person that has ever done that.
Yeah, because why do I want to be facing everybody? Nigga, and you got a big window right here of the whole city of Atlanta. Nigga, I want to face the way that the view is facing. Like, that's what I'm inspired by. That's going to keep me coming.
That's probably why you left. I should have turned your desk around. That's probably why you left. It's cool. I'm gonna let
that would have made me leave sooner.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, because people was there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, but yeah, I mean, all in all, like I feel like this was like a great first episode for me to have a conversation. Me and you gonna continue this,
of course,
because there's other things that's gonna keep happening every single week.
For sure.
2 weeks from now, something that's gonna happen.
Yeah,
I need to be here having another conversation because like this right here. People that's watching, everybody watching right now, like I said, I appreciate y'all watching the first episode. This is Mike's Closet TV. Got my special guest B with me all the way from New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? But we live in here in Atlanta. B, can you let the people know, like, you know, what you got going on next, where to find you at, and anything else you want to say to them?
So my book, There's Nothing to Prove, will be out very, very soon. You can follow me on Instagram at 1KSH__. And for Stand On Loyalty, the fashion brand, you can follow us on Instagram as well at standon.loyalty.
Hey, man, there y'all have it. Make sure y'all go give her a follow. If you watch right now, go ahead and hit that like button for your boy. Also, y'all can follow us at Mike's Closet TV. That's where you catch all the content. If you want to follow me on my personal gram, it's just Mike Turner Jr. _. Make sure you hit that like button, smash that subscribe. Also, hit that hype button. That's how you help small creators like me get into the algorithm so we can grow. Until next time, peace.
Peace. Yeah, boy.